Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're decoding the ultimate roadmap for Grade 7 Modern World History. We're not just looking at some dusty timeline here, we are packing the exact literacy tools you're gonna need to master a full year of time travel.
So how exactly did conflict and connection shape the modern world? This question right here is the engine for your entire year. Every society, every war, every revolution basically boils down to this one idea. Humanity is constantly clashing and collaborating, and those two massive forces, they literally built the world we live in today.
Here is our agenda for today. We'll be hitting 6 sections. 1. The Grade 7 History Journey. 2. Era 1, the Middle Ages. 3. Era 2, a Changing World. 4. Era 3, Modern Times. 5. Thinking like a Historian. And finally, 6. The Ultimate Student Outcome. Let's get right into it.
Section 1, the Grade 7 History Journey. Okay, so your academic year is broken down into 3 distinct 13-week chunks of time travel. It's a highly structured sequence. You aren't just bouncing around randomly. You're following a logical progression to watch the modern world essentially wake up and take shape. Section 2, Era 1, the Middle Ages. How did medieval societies organize power, belief, trade, and daily life? This is your main guiding question as a historical detective. You know, you're not just memorizing kings and queens, you're actually investigating how everyday people survived, what they believed, and how they connected with each other. When people hear the Middle Ages, they almost always picture European knights in armor, right? But you'll be investigating a massive global stage. We're talking the dynastic systems of medieval China, rich empires in Africa, the shoguns of Japan, and the incredibly complex societies of the Americas. Because of that huge global scope, you'll actively compare how entirely different societies structured their power. You'll weigh feudal systems, which were based on land and local loyalty, directly against massive imperial systems governed by centralized bureaucracies, seeing exactly how geography shaped these completely unique cultures.
Moving on to Section 3, Era 2, a Changing World.
During this second unit, the world pretty much gets turned upside down. The Renaissance sparks this massive rebirth of art and science, which then bleeds right into the Reformation, challenging traditional religious authority. That paves the way for the Enlightenment's radical new ideas about human rights, directly igniting global revolutions and ultimately industrialization, which completely rewired human labor forever. Section 4, Era 3, Modern Times. Now, this era is incredibly intense. It focuses on the global conflicts and connections that directly forged the world you're living in right now. You're going to study how the rise of nationalism and imperialism pushed empires into fierce competition, leading directly to the catastrophic devastation of World War I and World War II. And from the ashes of those conflicts, you'll trace the ideological standoff of the Cold War, bringing us right up to the doorstep of the contemporary world. By the end of the year, you'll move way beyond just knowing what happened. You'll actually be able to analyze the root causes of global conflict, explain the driving forces of imperialism, compare rival perspectives, and seamlessly connect all those past events to the breaking news you see on your feed today. Section 5, Thinking like a Historian. Because this is history, you obviously won't be reading many fictional stories. You'll be diving deep into complex, informational texts. Stuff like primary sources, historical accounts, and raw data. You have to learn how to sift through a staggering amount of information just to uncover the truth. And your absolute most important tool for that is textual evidence. In this class, you can't just state an opinion and walk away. No way. You must always prove your claims using concrete details, quotes, and data drawn directly from historical sources. Your literacy skills basically fall into 3 interconnected buckets. First, reading, where you analyze primary sources to find central ideas. Second, writing, building arguments supported by valid reasoning. And third, speaking and listening, where you participate in collaborative discussions to test and refine those ideas with your peers. When we talk about reading like a historian, you're going to practice these exact anchor standards. You'll analyze how historical events interact, specifically looking at cause and effect, determining why one event triggers another. And you'll learn a truly vital critical thinking skill, spotting an author's bias and seeing exactly how their specific point of view shapes the content. Similarly, your writing won't just be copying down basic summaries. You'll gather relevant information from multiple sources, figure out if they're actually credible, and construct powerful, evidence-based arguments to explain really complex historical ideas. Section 6. The Ultimate Student Outcome. This right here is the portrait of a college and career-ready student. By doing this work, you'll become independent and fiercely analytical. You don't just comprehend texts, you actively critique them, you demand evidence, and you actively seek to understand cultures and perspectives that are vastly different from your own.
Ultimately, this course isn't just about memorizing the past, it's about empowering your voice for the future. Understanding history gives you context, sure, but mastering these literacy skills gives you the exact foundation you need for any creative, purposeful expression in whatever career you eventually choose.
Armed with evidence, an understanding of complex texts, and a critical eye, the modern world is yours to uncover. You've got 39 weeks of history ahead of you. So are you just going to read about the past, or are you going to learn how to question it? Grab your toolkit, let's make history.